Just a short little vid for tonight. Wall Street to Washington. I want my campaign contributions back is the title of an article which was posted on TPM Muckraker earlier today. Now, so evidently bankers are getting pissed off at us little people because we had the audacity to get mad at them. And their feelings seem to be a little bit hurt, and the basically all the major news media and editorial sections of certain papers are chiming in. So this headline, I want my campaign contributions back. Yes, that was an actual sentence spoken, or more specifically groused, by an anonymous Wall Street executive concerned for his personal safety, though not enough to be dissuaded from attending or talking to a reporter at yesterday's Wall Street Journal Future of Finance conference, where the future sounded like it had gone back in time and purchased $100 billion worth of extra credit protection, which is to say, suspiciously like the past. It looks like Wall Street, no doubt, emboldened by the recent 20% run-up in the S&P 500, the $14 in matching leverage the government is offering them, the government is us, the taxpayers, is offering them for every dollar they invest in toxic/legacy assets, in other words, worthless junk, and the prospect of better than awful numbers at Citigroup and Credit Suisse. Got its hubris back, along with its proverbial groove. In the 6 months since it nearly triggered global financial Armageddon, the investment banking community has seemed, if not quite chastened, at least somewhat subdued amidst the nation's ever-heightening awareness that their industry engineered the ever-intensifying economic morass. But not anymore. This morning in the New York Times, and they ran this op-ed, was the resignation letter of one Jake DeSantis, a securities trader and executive vice president at AIG's infamous financial products division, and recipient of one of those $1 million bonuses. And that's right, he's keeping it. And don't ask him if he feels guilty about it, because he will tell you no. I've decided to donate 100% of the effective after-tax proceeds of my retention payment directly to organizations, which he doesn't mention, that are helping people who are suffering from the global downturn. This is not a tax deduction gimmick. I simply believe that I at least deserve to dictate how my earnings are spent, and do not want to see them disappear back into the obscurity of AIG's or the federal government's budget. In other words, Mr. Jake DeSantis is proud of his work and all of his colleagues who earned their bonuses fair and square, despite a dysfunctional environment and incessant calls from headhunters, which is why he absolutely cannot run the risk that his bonus might just line the pockets of another Jake DeSantis. Great little article. If I find it again, I'll post a link to it. I read it, I came across it during my 20-minute lunch break today. So, something else that might be of interest, and this has nothing to do with this story per se, but as long as we're talking about bankers, you know, Richard Holbrooke is going to be the U.S. Special Envoy for the region of Afghanistan and Pakistan. Now, some of you may not know this, but Richard Holbrooke comes from the banking industry. You know, this is his entire background. He was heavily involved in the negotiations during the Bosnian War and Kosovo and all of that a few years back, which some of you may also not even remember anymore. So anyway, this guy is going to be our special envoy, and I just thought I'd let you know that Richard Holbrooke was on the board of AIG up until 2008. Guess I'll talk to you later. Good night.